Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakah, HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who tell us the truth. By Shalom to you, Akim, that puts the word across the four corners of this globe with all truth and sincerity. By Hashem, Harakah, HaKodash. And here we are, man. You know, what's being promoted now, you know, this nigga Biden, he's dropping billions of dollars on manufacturing, you know, on what he calls, you know, the C hips, man. You know, and these micro C hips, that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you know, starting with the elder and apostles, you know, I'm saying, you know, on down to, you know, the elder bishops, for decades have been warning the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, on what times are coming, warning you, according to Revelation 13 and 16, on what physical thing it is, man. On how, you know, this mark, this MOTB, according to Revelation 13 and 16 on down, is a physical, you know, incision, you know, to where, you know, this devil is getting ready to cause all men, you know, to take this thing in order to function, you know, in this new society, in this new standard of society, is what he calls his new world order, his NWO. In other words, which now he revamped it, you know, under, you know, the way how Carl Schwab, he calls it the Great Reset, right? Which is literally the NWO. And times are shifting towards the end, man. That's why days are getting shorter. You know, more strange sightings, and you know, more and more strange things are happening, man. You know, and through the spirit, you know, more and more spiritual things are happening, man, that Esau cannot explain. You know, people are seeing more and more chariots bugging out. You know, but we understand the times we're living in, man. And we understand, you know, these signs, man. You know, as well as these sightings. We understand that the Lord Yahushua is beginning to visit the world which He created, man. And these are the, you know, the signs which He told us to look out for to cue His return. To cue His return. You know, we're seeing. It's like this is second Ezra. This is second Ezra chapter 9. It's like verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. You know? First things first, man, the Lord told us to measure the times diligently, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans paying how much you love God, this and that, how much you know the Bible, this and that. But, you know, y'all not discerning the times, man. You know, and the Lord Himself calls you hypocrites, man. You hypocrites, you know, you can discern the times of the seasons, but you can't discern the times, you know, of what we're living in, man. We are living in the last days, man. You know, when Yahushua came down to earth, it was the beginning of the last days, man. And, you know, and He said that. And He said that, man. He called you, you know, you Jakes hypocrites because y'all can't discern, you know, the times and the seasons, man. On how the world is getting ready to shift towards the kingdom. You know? Here we are in these last days. You know, like the final seconds, the final milliseconds, the last days of the last days. Jake is still hard-headed, man. Our people are still, you know, hard-headed and confused out here, man. Still, you know, just stuck in delusion, man. Not fearing Yahweh by Shemi outside, doing whatever the fuck they want to do, man. Not fearing the Lord, man. Despite, the prophets warning them, telling them to get their ass right. Despite all these, these signs, these warnings, yet Jake is still not taking heed, man. But it's okay, man, because, why? Because the Lord has reserved a small remnant that's going to acknowledge, the fear of the Lord, man. And, and going, completely 180 their life around from their evil ways and seeking Yahweh Shemi outside. Like this is Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord Yahweh Shemi outside while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to the Lord Yahweh Shemi outside, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon, man. Seek the Lord while he may be found, man. How is the Lord able to be found? Through the mouth of his prophets, man. We're still able to see, and hear this word, man. Despite Esau, cracking down on brothers' pages and, fucking false strikes and, just fucking clipping brothers' pages. This truth is still able to be accessible 24/7, man. The Lord still has us, to be able to physically come out in the streets and the highways and the byways and still come out here and preach, man. And still, warn the people. On top of that, upload it, to the World Wide Web through YouTube, or through, Daily Motion, whatever, This word is still able to be accessible, man. That's how the Lord is, that's where the Lord is able to be found. That's where Yahweh Shemi outside is able to be found, man. What is Jake doing, man? Jake's not taking heed, to the voice of the trumpet, man. It's like to the sound of the trumpet, man. Not taking heed to the warning that danger is coming. What danger? That the so-called white man is getting ready to come down upon the earth with great wrath, man, because he knows that he has but a short time. This devil knows his time is running out. That's why, ever since 2019, the whole world just shut down. Ever since then, everything was not the same. This nigga Carl Schwartz even told you that, man. He even told you that things will never go back to being the same. He told you that himself. Things will never go back to being the same, man. And that's true because why? Because what's getting ready to manifest upon the face of the earth is a grand implementation where, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond is getting ready to make the conscious decision to comply to this new world order, to this new order, this new establishment on the face of the earth, to make your covenant with Satan, man. To make your covenant, with the so-called white man. Unless you want to, continue eating, unless you want to continue, paying your bills, continue buying shit, continue, driving your car, continue functioning the way how you function now in this society, man. And we're barely functioning. So how much more when this thing's being made to be made mandatory, to where every movement that you do is being limited and tracked, all through this one device, to where in society now, it's gonna be given to you, to to where you're gonna be have to having like a social score, you know, like a fucking a real life fucking Black Mirror. That's going on. Hey, that's going on right now over there in China, man. You know, where if you say something that the government finds offensive, it like deducts from the score. You know, really, man. That's real life. Man. That's just, that's a Black Mirror episode. You know, you might have a fucking opinion on something. You might have a fucking opinion on something, and that doesn't suit, the ways of the government, on how they view, so they just, deduct like 20 points off, so to speak, or you can't, enter this venue, you can't buy this such, this such and such thing. Hey, in a, you know, in a way, that's pretty much how that, the credit, your fucking credit score system is pretty much, man. You know, where if you ain't even got like a certain amount of credit score on your credit, you can have all the money cash, point blank in front of you. It doesn't matter, See, if your credit doesn't match this, this credit score, this required credit score, you won't be able to buy it, man. And they're conditioning you now, in preps towards this new transition, towards this new, this NWO, this new world order, which is gonna come upon the face of the earth, man. You people are already ripe for the picking, man. The majority of the world is already ready, man. Ever since 2020, man. Ever since the world was shut down, they literally defied every law against. They literally, defied the Constitution that the people brag about and hold so much pride. Right to your face, and you people did nothing about it, man. All you fucking patriotic ass people, man, did nothing about it to your face. It goes to show you that these devils can do whatever the fuck they want to do to you. These devils can do whatever the fuck they want to do to you, and they ain't tripping by you, coming up against it, man. Because why? Because you're gonna have no choice. It's either you're gonna comply or you're gonna starve, man. And they're playing with you people, man. It's always been a game. It's always been a fucking game, man. But yet, our people are stupid. Just completely lost and confused. Completely lost and confused, having no idea on what times you're living in, man. This is why the Lord has sent forth prophets to warn you, man. Break down the times and teach you the right way, teach you upright doctrine, man. The upright truth on what to do, on how you can escape these evils that's coming, man. Because only through the spirit and grace and mercies of Yahweh outside can you escape this temptation that's coming. What's the temptation? By you bowing down to the image of this beast, man. Which a lot of Jake has already done. A lot of our people have already done it willingly, man. Join the army, unless you want to, keep certain benefits, you have to comply with taking this, this juicy juice. Unless you want to keep on, doing what you want to do, you're going to have to comply to taking the juicy juice, man. You're going to have to comply, man. unless you wanna, keep on, keep going to school. Keep on, you know, you know, keep on with your career. You know, shit. Your family might come against you, pressuring you to take the juicy switch. See, a lot of this thing happened, man. A lot of this stuff happened, and that whole 2020 was a whole test run, man. 2021, with the whole mandate and the rollout, people to take the stick. The whole mandate, people to take this thing. I'm saying, it's all, it was all a test run, man. Because and they even telling themselves that that this next thing that's coming, you know, like nigga Bill Gates telling you that the next one that's coming will get your attention. He said that himself publicly, man, to right to your faces, and indeed it is, man. Because here it is, see, when the rollout of the whole juicy juice, being mandates and people losing their jobs, people, stuck in pickles because, they're stuck whether to take this thing and they got picked between, which company to take it from, and people just took it. Hey, the job's already done about it. The job's already done. It's already did its purpose. Majority of the world are fully juicy juice, man. With their their third, their first, second, third juicy juices. Majority of the world is fully juicy juice, man. Kool-Aid up. They took their they first teaspoon, second teaspoon, third teaspoon. They fully sugared Kool-Aid up, man. And it's still not working, man. It's still not fucking working, man. And here it is. Now this nigga, the face of this whole thing, this nigga falsely talking about, I'm stepping down to retirement and shit. Because see, these devils know that something's going to happen. These devils know something's going to happen, man. You got contractors, contractors on building underground bunkers. Their business is booming because more and more customers are buying these things. They're buying bunkers. Many world leaders, and that's scriptures, man. Where the kings of the earth shall hide in the, under the clefts of the rocks, to hide them, to hide themselves from the wrath of the Lamb. Because very soon all hell's gonna get ready to break the fuck loose, man. And these higher ups, these elites, these world leaders, they have the insight on what's going on. But it's you dumbass people that are the prey, man. You have no idea what the fuck's going to happen, man. And they tell you to your fucking face, man. It's not like, because, but here we are, we're right in the midst, of the same lot as, the common people, so to speak, man. It's not like, that we got like elite friends type shit, elite insiders that's telling us, no, man. They really come out in the plain open and tell you what their plan is going to happen out here, man. And what they plan on doing to you, man. You people are just not looking up and looking at what the fuck they're telling you. But only the elect, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, are really seeing right through Satan's devices. The elect of Yahweh Shem Yahshua are truly seeing right through Satan's devices. And they aren't being deceived by it, man. The majority of the world, and you got some whistleblowers too, but the Spirit of the Lord is not, upon them. And only the elect are actually seeing